Hey guys, and welcome back to Murder by Numbers. Last time, the police put us not in quite custody, but kept us locked up in an office so we couldn't, escape since we're murder suspects, and we snuck out of there. Cause we're the real detectives of this story, alright? Alright, let's question the detective, I guess? That makes sense. Detective Cross. I can't wait to see how you're gonna try and talk your way out of this. Okay. I can explain everything. How do you even get in here? Through the air vent? The air vent? Who do you think you are, John McClane? Maybe if you hadn't locked us in the break room, I could have used the door like a normal person. That's true. He's not actually legally allowed to do that. Oh, really? My apologies. I didn't realize I should have made it easier for you to tamper with the crime scene. I realize this looks bad, but I got sick of waiting around. You haven't even taken our statements yet. This is real life, not some 2-bit TV show. Good police work takes time. I'm just trying to find a way to prove I didn't kill Blake. And you thought breaking into the crime scene was going to help your case? Actually, it did. There's solid proof I didn't do it. Bill's just gone to get the security tapes. I was beginning to wonder where he'd gone. Maybe you convinced him to leave so you could screw around with real evidence. You'll see once he gets back. You just have to trust me. Trust doesn't get you very far in my line of work. Yeah, okay. Have you got any leads yet? Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. Please, detective, I was just trying to help. Being a detective on TV doesn't mean you're qualified to waltz in and take over a real murder investigation. Real police work isn't a game. It's dangerous, and you don't know the first thing about it. That's where you're wrong. My dad was on the force. Oh, so that's where he recognized her from. And I suppose he told you all about it? He didn't have to. He'd come home exhausted every night. I saw what it did to him. I might not have the training, but I understand the job. I know what it takes. Don't make me laugh. I've seen your show. You wouldn't last 5 minutes on the force. Or maybe it was the TV show that he recognized her from. I don't know, when he, stopped her, when he, got introduced on her, it felt like he knew her from a personal standpoint, but maybe that's not true. What would you do if the killer showed up right now? I would blast them with my death ray. Not helping. He's just kidding, detective. Detective Cross, this is Scout. Looks like something out of Buck Rogers. He makes a lot of old references. I know them, but in comparison, I guess this is the 90s, right? So I guess it's not that old, actually. Are you a real detective? Can you help me find my creator? You'd better get this flying toaster out of my face before things get ugly. Scout, maybe you should leave the nice detective alone. What's taking you so long anyway? We've been stuck in that room for hours. That's a fair question. I'm just doing my job. There are a lot of things to cover. Security, photography, evidence collection. But you didn't even get the security footage yet? That's a little weird. I've read enough mysteries to know it shouldn't take this long. Something's wrong. So I'm a little understaffed. Nothing I can't handle. I guess if he's doing everything by himself, yeah, where's, the crew? Oh, great. It's reassuring to know that Blake's death is so high on the LAPD's list of priorities. Central's screwing me around again, but it won't work. I might be old, but I'm not getting pushed into a desk job yet. It takes as long as it takes, and that's the end of it. That's not fair to us, though. Alright, Ms. Zarahi. I think it's time we move this conversation down to the precinct, don't you? I got it, Honor. I found the security tape. Nice of you to join us. Detective Cross. Oh, jeez. I mean, what a pleasant surprise. Maybe I'm getting forgetful in my old age, but didn't I tell you to guard this room? I am guarding the room. I mean, I just had to go and, care to explain how Miss Marple over here managed to get in? You said to make sure nobody got through the door. You, didn't say anything about the air vent. So you wandered off and left a murder suspect at the scene of the crime. Alone, with all the evidence. Well, when you say it like that... I only went to check the CCTV system. Would have been back sooner, but I had to take the darn thing apart to get at the tape. What? Why? Couldn't you just press the eject button? There's an eject button? I don't think this guard is very good at his job. What do you say, detective? Care to see my evidence? You've got 5 minutes. After that, I'm taking you downtown. That's all I need. Scout, can you scan this? Yes. Okay. I guess I'm making a VHS tape, perhaps? You found CCTV tape. Okay, what are we looking at? This is the security footage of the parking lot earlier this afternoon. Look, there's Bill. Who's that in the background? Looks like we've got spray cans. You got a problem with vandals around here, Bill? Them? No, they're just contractors. We get a lot around here. You know, they're not contractors, they're kids. They've got skateboards, for God's sake. Didn't you say you were looking for kids doing graffiti earlier, Bill? Oh my God, he's so bad at his job. Oh, jeez. As enlightening as this is for some of us, I don't see how it proves anything useful. I'm getting to that, detective. Bill, can you fast forward to about 4:30 p.m.? There, that's it. See, that's me standing by my car. I spoke to Bill, then Scout. Okay, you were at the parking lot. So what? Detective, seriously? Blake was already dead. I lost my car keys. Blake was already dead. He died around 4:30 p.m. and the CCTV footage clearly shows I was in the parking lot. Well, I'll be damned. Not bad for a TV detective, huh? I guess not. Now if I can just get you to write... Wait, what? Wait a second. How do you know the time of death? Bill, did you let her read the medical report? Oh, jeez. Listen up, everyone. I need to keep you here for a little longer. Please, detective. Man, British accents. I can't switch it on and off like that. I need to think for a second. Bloody hell. Please, detective. I've just spent the last 20 minutes trying to get John and Becky to stop arguing. I'd have more luck sorting out the Middle East. If you need something to keep you occupied, start working on those statements. What about me? Can I help out in some way? Scout could... Listen, Nancy Drew. So many references. You got lucky with that CCTV, but that was all it was. Luck. Now go home and let the professionals handle this. Man, you really get the feeling that this is Hollywood, because even this old-timey detective, I guess not old-timey, but this old-time detective is, like, all on top of that pop culture. Hey, how come she gets to go home? She could be the murderer. I've seen evidence that proves otherwise. The only thing she's guilty of is being a pain in my ass. Tell us how you really feel. You can't keep me locked up in here. What if I'm next? Don't worry, babe. If anyone tries anything, I'll whack them with one of my dumbbells. You brought dumbbells with you on a job? You never know when you're gonna find a spare 5 minutes to work up a sweat. Know what I mean? Ew. Ugh. A reclusive nun would get what you mean, and even she'd think 5 minutes is pathetic. Wait, did I just find Becky funny? Detective, I'm begging you. You've got to let us out of here. I'm going stir-crazy. Fine. You can leave the goddamn room. Just stay inside the studio grounds, okay? That's not a good idea. I mean it. Any of you try anything and I'll have you tackled by a patrolman faster than you can say WrestleMania. Alright. Quick question. How cute is this theoretical patrolman? How good is his credit? Does he get on well with his mother? As for you, go home. Just for the record, you guys are all crazy. I'm putting that in my report. So are you, detective. Praise the goddess, we're free-ish. Guess I should go home now, like he said. Don't feel bad, babe. You earned it. You said you were gonna prove yourself innocent, and you went out and did it. I did, didn't I? So, what are you waiting for? You're free to go. Uh-oh, you've got that look on your face. Don't think you can hide it from me, Missy. I know that look. That's the honor Mizrahi I'm not giving in special. It's just, I got myself out of trouble. But what about you guys? What about Blake? He gave me my big break. I wouldn't even be here without him. He wasn't just my boss. He was my friend. Right up until he fired you. But that's just it. It doesn't make any sense. All I could think of at the time was how angry I was, but looking back, he was so nervous. You've been playing detective too long, babe. You're starting to sound like one. I was actually thinking the same thing. It was weird that he fired her out of nowhere like that. It's not just me. There's something else going on. I just can't leave. If you want to keep investigating Honor, I'm here to help. Scout, don't you want to go and find a real detective? You may not be a real detective, but maybe that's okay. Maybe what I really need is a partner. I'm good at finding things, but I'm no good with people. But you convinced Bill to help you. You proved your innocence to Detective Cross. So maybe I don't need a real detective after all. Because together we can solve anything. If you want to try, that is. Why not? I think I'm getting to like having you around anyway. I think you've known each other for 4, 5, 6 hours tops. How about you, Casey? Will you help me look into it? Absolutely. You know I've got your back. But, can I pop to the loo first? I've needed to go for hours, and I'm genuinely scared something's about to burst. Okay. I feel like I started up the game again because I really wanted to do more Picross puzzles. So that's what I'm gonna do first. Move the viewpoint of the mask. Yeah, I already know. found ID card. It's an ID card. Looks like it belongs to Tully. He seems to be quite forgetful with his belongings. Wait a second. This card says it's a Gridmore Studios ID, but I don't recognize the design at all. Do you think it's fake? Sorry, Honor. I have no reference to compare against. Perhaps there's someone more familiar with these cards who can help? He might know, I guess. Well, look who it is. The lady that's putting the heel into Gumshoe. That one needs a bit of work, but you get the idea. I should probably introduce you to Scout. A new sidekick? Are you trying to make me jealous? I am Scout. He's some kind of investigation robot? We think? Sounds complicated. Yeah, it's probably easier if we don't try and explain it. Well, any friend of Honor's is a friend of mine. Nice to meet you, Scout. We're still not any closer to working out who killed Blake. Any ideas? Obviously, we can discount ourselves. That only leaves Becky, Tully, and John. Don't forget Bill. And there's no way Bill is involved. He wouldn't hurt a fly. You shouldn't say things like that. You're right. I don't think he could plan a murder even if he wanted to. Last week I saw him startled by his own reflection. Don't be mean. He's got a good heart. Did I say he didn't? You can have a good heart and no brain. He's living proof. Point. And you're proof that someone can have neither. Oh ho 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 ho. Ha. What do you think about Becky? Could she have killed Blake? That girl can hold a grudge better than Joanne and Betty put together. Joan and Bet. I don't know how you pronounce her, Betty. Joan and Betty. Yeah. Together. She wasn't exactly on good terms with Blake. Right, something about a contract disagreement? Don't suppose you have heard any details about the gossip grapevine. Most makeup artists and hairstylists in Hollywood do. As usual, she thinks she's not getting enough recognition. I heard she was demanding $100,000 for marketing. Not so bad. The show could always use more marketing. Not for the show, for herself. You know, feature, articles, billboards, the cover of Celeb Life magazine. The Starshine Awards are coming up and she's determined to win Best Actress this year. Does she really think she can force herself onto the shortlist through advertising? That's crazy. That's Becky, but Blake was having none of it. He's been trying to win that award for years. She's been trying to win that award for years. She's desperate. Who knows what she might resort to. What do you make of John? That weirdo with the bum bag? 3 out of 10 tops. That's not what I meant, for once. For once? Oh, Honor. Fine. Well, there are fans and then there are fans. Like that girl we met outside the studio last year. She was intense. Like, chain you to a radiator and get all misery on your ass intense. How could I forget? She tried to cut off some of my hair. I'm not sure if John is the same league of crazy, but don't you think it's weird that he showed up today of all days? I mean, don't you guys have fans that try to break in all the time? I feel like that would be pretty normal. And then you have a security guard like Bill, who probably isn't a very good deterrent. What about the contractor guy? Tully? Such a dour name for such a gorgeous guy. Ew. If he wasn't such a creep, he'd be a solid 7. Oh sure, he tries it on with you and Becky. But what about me, huh? What am I, chopped liver? Honestly, I really am destined to be alone forever, aren't I? Might as well get a cat and start knitting my own jumpers. Oh babe, don't take this the wrong way, but maybe if you aren't quite so picky, you might have more luck. No way, have standards. A girl should always know her worth, Honor. I wish I'd known that before I married Ryan. Oh no, that's what Honor's saying? Did Honor say that? I totally missed it. Anyway, let's focus. Do you think Tully is a real suspect? Don't be ridiculous. A murderer with those eyes? Serial killers are usually charming. Don't be ridiculous. This coming from the man who said Jeffrey Dahmer had a certain mystique. Yeah, exactly. Touche. Be honest, do you think there's a case against me? Please. How long have I known you now? 4 years? You're about as capable of murder as I am of giving my parents a grandchild. Thanks. I never suspected you either, for the record. I should hope not. Besides, if I was going to kill someone, I'd do it with far more flair. Blunt force trauma to the head is just so straight, you know. Alright, calm down, mister. Present evidence. Where is it? SID. Hey, isn't that Tully in the photo? Yeah, I think it's his ID card, but I don't recognize the design. Any ideas? Sorry, doesn't look like any studio ID I've ever seen. Maybe try asking Bill. He checks those things every day. Alright. Let's investigate some more. You found coffee pot. What's this liquid, Honor? That's coffee. I didn't know how I'd get through the day without it. I see. So it's a kind of fuel, like gasoline. Sort of, but tastes better. Well, to you it does, because you're human. Or at least it's supposed to. The stuff from our coffee machine, on the other hand. I'm having difficulty understanding. Is this coffee machine a fuel dispenser? I apologize for asking so many questions. Many of the intra-textual connections in my ontological database were lost when I was discarded. You lost me at ontological. Isn't that something to do with insects? I know many things, but the relationships between those things is unclear. I'm trying to rebuild them. I don't know if it's a fuel or not, Scout. It's complicated. Not everything can be broken cleanly into simple facts like that. I see. You do? No, but my programming tells me that is a good thing to say when faced with things I don't understand. I see. Oh, I'm done investigating. Alright. So I guess I need to present him with something. The medical report, CCTV tape, coffee pot, screwdriver, apple. I'll show him the medical report. Paperwork, ball ring. Okay. Coffee pot. You really need to clear out that bag, babe. Okay. You really need to clear out that bag. Wait, why would he say that to a CCTV tape? You really need to clear out that bag, babe. You really need to clear out that bag, babe. You really need to clear out that bag, babe. Is that a Becky action figure? I knew they made these, but I've never actually seen one. Not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of jealous. Don't be. They always get the faces wrong. You should have seen mine. They made me look like Dumbo. Good point. If they couldn't get my cheekbones right, what's even the point? Could be Okay. Oh, is it that time already? I still don't get why they don't put pockets in women's clothes. Want me to hold it onto for you? Well, that's it? I showed him everything. Can't investigate. Oh, that's right, I have a map. I like so totally forgot about that. Okay. Let's see. I'm in the break room. Back to city map? I can't. Oh, yeah, this is the only place I'm at. So let's go to the office. Ms. Mizrahi, you're still here? Yeah. Hi, Bill. How's it going? Still on guard duty? Still guarding the crime scene, huh? Yeah, Detective Cross wasn't too happy about me going to get that tape. I had to talk him out of cuffing me to the desk. Sorry, Bill. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Oh, don't mention it. I'm just glad you're off the hook. I always knew you had nothing to do with what happened to the Blake. Thanks. It's good to have you on my side. You and Scout make a great team. It's a shame you can't help Detective Cross with the rest of the investigation. Yes, we can. That's exactly what we're doing. You are? But he seemed really mad at you guys. Kept saying things like, that damn vigilante and her flying computer. Well, he didn't exactly give us permission, but there's something bigger behind Blake's death, and we have to find out what. Oh jeez, Detective Cross isn't going to like that. No one's supposed to touch anything in here. Don't look at me like that. I just don't want to make Detective Cross angry again. I don't think my blood pressure could handle it. Or his. What's your opinion of John Redfern? Oh, we get kids trying to sneak into the studio all the time. That's what I thought. I think he just picked the wrong day to try and get an autograph. You don't think he seems kind of intense? Oh, they're all like that. If you ask me, the kid got lost and now he's a murder suspect. His poor mother's probably worried sick. Kid? How old do you think he is? He looks like he's in his... well... like early 20s. Have you ever seen this Tully guy before? No, I don't think I have. And I never forget a face. Oh, so you do have your uses. But that's not too unusual for contractors. They come and go all the time. He certainly looks big enough to kill someone. But why would Blake pick a fight with a contractor? I hate to even consider it, but it's possible Becky killed Blake. Did you know they were fighting over her contract? Becky? Kill someone? But she's so nice! Really? Maybe she's nice to Bill. Have you met Becky? I know she seems rude sometimes, but I think there's a heart of gold in there somewhere. She probably just wants to be understood. Didn't you just say the same thing about that guy from accounting who set the offices on fire a couple of years ago? Well, you can't expect me to be right all the time. Alright. What do you make of this ID card, Bill? That's a nice card. Feel the weight of that laminate? They don't make them like this anymore. I had an uncle who was a big shot in the lamination industry, you see, and he always said, forget the lamination, Bill. It says it's Gridmore Studios ID, but it doesn't look right. Is it a fake? No, it's just an old design. They went out right around the time I started working here. Really? But that was years ago. Do you really think Tully has had a studio ID for that long? Maybe he's an ex-actor. It's possible. Just wait here. I'll go check our files. Oh, I nearly forgot. I found something under Blake's desk. Maybe that scout of yours can take a closer look. That could be evidence. Shouldn't you give it to Detective Cross? I tried, but he was so busy yelling at me for leaving the room earlier that he wouldn't listen. Will you take a look? He's not a very good detective either.